This is Pulse of Africa, the face and voice of Africa. The story of resurgent and burgeoning Africa is here, only on the Pulse of Africa channel. Pulse of Africa, the face and voice of Africa.
Hello, I'm Tinsai Gabiao, your host for this hour's news. Stay tuned. We'll start with Ethiopia. The Medemer philosophy, introduced by the Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, offers valuable lessons for other African countries seeking to ensure self-sufficiency, according to Bileni Siyum, Press Secretary of the Office of the Prime Minister of Ethiopia. The term Medemer loosely translates as synergy or coming together. Prime Minister has written a series of 4 Medemer books: Medemer, the Medemer Path, Generation Medemer, and the Medemer State, in a bid to make the basic tenets of this philosophy as well as the ideas surrounding it more accessible to local and global audiences. The Medemer application has been launched. The app features an audio version of the first 3 consecutive books in 3 languages: Amharic, Afan Oromo, and English. The last book, The Medemer State, has not yet been included in the app, but this is promised for the foreseeable future. According to Bileni Siyum, launching the app is a big step toward making it more accessible to citizens and people beyond borders.
The first 3 books that Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed was able to pen have been captured in audio form. The 4th book, The Medemer State, is still newly released. So in subsequent times or in the future, it will be also made available in audiobook format. But the purpose is, you can go so much in print at this point in time. Yes, there's still a generation that likes to take time and flip through books and read. But we're also witnessing that we are, in essence, our lifestyles are changing very fast. So we are coming much more closer to the digital world. And our everyday lives and interactions have become much more digitized. So what the Medemer app allows us to do is that these books, which are the essence of where we are going as a country, these books that reflect on our past, these books that reflect on who we are as a people, our aspirations, our capabilities, our resources, these books that really uncover and explore the wealth of us as a nation, need to be made publicly accessible. So the Medemer app allows you to go beyond those that are able to read in a book. When you're traveling in a car, when you're traveling on the bus, when you're walking, when you're exercising, you're able to access the understandings and the learnings within these books through the Medemer app.
She praised the Medemer philosophy as a homegrown concept and highlighted its success in bringing tangible change to the orientation and delivery within Ethiopia's political and economic spaces. As a result, Bileni stated that there are many lessons that can be learned from the Medemer philosophy, which has produced tangible results in Ethiopia and could do the same for other African countries. Referring to the Medemer philosophy, she mentioned that one of its manifestations is the concept of self-sufficiency, which helps Ethiopia navigate its potential and facilitate its transformation. Accordingly, she said the Medemer philosophy could help other African countries in better understanding and utilizing their resources to achieve sustainable development.
There's a plethora of learnings that can be taken from the Medemer books for other African countries. One of the manifestations that we've seen is this concept of self-sufficiency. For a very long time, the continent, it's a very rich continent, but I'm not sure as Africans we truly understand the depth of how abundant and rich the continent is. So through the Medemer principle and the manifestation of it through the projects and the work that this government is doing, this aspect of self-sustenance, locating where your resources are, understanding what these resources are. And these are not material resources. These can be also knowledge resources. This can be people resources as well. The first principle or the first understanding is to be able to locate it and understand it that you have it. Then maximizing its utility for public good, for the betterment of our collective is one of the key principles that Medemer can share to other African nations as well.
The People's National Assembly hosted the official inauguration ceremony of the Algerian Children's Parliament, marking a significant institutional milestone. This initiative reflects the Algerian state's commitment to instilling the values of citizenship and civic participation from a young age, integrating the rising generations into a democratic learning process within a genuine legislative environment. The establishment of the Children's Parliament translates a long-term educational vision with political dimensions into practice. It aims to shift children from passive recipients to active participants by introducing them to constructive democratic dialogue, respect for differing opinions, and responsible freedom of expression, thus fostering their conscious engagement in school and community issues. This undertaking embodies Algeria's commitment to protecting children's rights, not only in social and legal aspects, but also institutionally and politically. It provides organized platforms for them to express their aspirations and participate in discussions related to their educational and cultural affairs, reinforcing their sense of belonging and responsibility. Nigerian Ministry of Defense has formally transitioned to paperless operations with the unveiling of the Enterprise Content Management System, marking a major milestone in the digital transformation of Nigeria's defense administration. The Minister of Defense, retired General Christopher Musa, announced the development on Tuesday in Abuja at the go-live launch of the ECMS at the ministry headquarters. Musa described the initiative as a fundamental shift in how the ministry conducts the business of national security, noting that it goes beyond the development of software to redefining efficiency, accountability, and decision-making within the defense sector. According to him, the transition aligns with the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, which places digital transformation and bureaucratic efficiency at the center of national development. The minister said that efficiency in the defense administration directly impacts operational readiness, stressing that delays in file movement or approvals could have serious implications for national security. He explained that ECMS would significantly accelerate decision-making, enhance information security through encrypted digital records, and preserve institutional memory by creating a robust and secure digital archive. Malawi has engaged the Qatar Fund for Development in discussions aimed at securing financing for the Tauba Moana Fatma Road project. The matter was discussed during bilateral talks held in Doha, Qatar, between Minister of Finance and Economic Affairs Joseph Mawanamekva and QFFD Director General Fahad Ahmad Al-Sulati. During the meeting, Joseph stressed the strategic importance of the road, noting that it will enhance economic growth by improving connectivity between rural and urban areas and facilitating the movement of people and goods. He further said the project is a key component supporting the Shire Valley Transformation Program, which is expected to boost agricultural productivity and economic development in the lower Shire Valley. In response, Al-Sulati expressed the Qatar Fund for Development's commitment to supporting Malawi's development priorities. Moving on to business news, UMOA Tetris announces the organization of the 8th edition of the Regional Public Securities Market Meetings to be held on the 27th to 28th January 2026 in Lomé, Togo. This edition will bring together key stakeholders of the regional public securities market, including national treasuries, institutional investors, and financial sectors experts from across the WAEMU region. Discussions will focus on strengthening market fundamentals, adapting to regional and global developments, and identifying levers to further consolidate a more transparent, resilient, and attractive public securities market. The REMTP 2026 program will be structured around high-level panels, country conversations interactive on the grill sessions, and the presentation of the Public Securities Insurance Issuance Program for the 2026. Pan-African Banking Group, Ecobank, and Bank of China signed a memorandum of understanding to strengthen financial ties and facilitating economic exchanges between Africa and China. The MOU builds on a partnership established more than 15 years ago between the two institutions. It provides for the development of trade finance solutions and cross-border payment services with a focus on transactions dominated in the renminbi, China's official currency. This initiative expected to give African and Chinese companies access to faster and more suitable settlement mechanisms for international trade while improving the security of financial flows. The two banks also plan to share technical and operational expertise to support economic growth across the continent. Potential joint projects include the structuring of syndicated loans and other financial instruments for investments involving Chinese stakeholders. Now to sports. South Africa's two-time Rugby World Cup winning captain, Siya Kolisi, will return to the Stormers in July 2026, the Cape Town franchise announced on Tuesday. The 34-year-old Springbok skipper, the country's first black test captain, began his professional career with the Stormers before joining the Sharks in 2020 and then racing 92 in France. After a challenging session abroad and personal difficulties, he returned to the Sharks in 2024. The move will bring Kolisi closer to his family in Cape Town. My family lives here, and it's important for me to be close to them. This also allows me to give back to the team and fans who shaped me, he said. At the Stormers, he will reunite with fellow Springboks Kobus Reinach and rising star Sasha Feinberg as South Africa targets a third consecutive World Cup in 2027. President of the Football Association of Zambia, Keith Muwimba, has called for unity, belief, and collective responsibility as key pillars for Chipolopo's push at the ongoing Africa Cup of Nations following Tuesday's 1-1 draw with Mali. During a dressing room talk after the match, Muwimba said togetherness both on and off the pitch must remain key to the team's journey. The FAS president praised the team's fighting spirit against the highly rated Malian side, a resolve he said was rewarded with a dramatic added time strike by Patson Daka. Muwimba acknowledged Mali's quality but underlined the value of the point earned. Looking ahead to the next fixture, he urged the players to face Comoros with confidence and belief. Next, let's check yesterday's full results and today's AFCON fixtures. Let's take a look at the weather forecast across Africa. That is all for this hour. Before I conclude, I would like to invite you to watch our weekly program, POA In Depth, which is coming up next. Thank you for tuning in and goodbye.
Hello and welcome to Pulse of Africa. Today on POA in Depth, we focus on aviation and the latest developments at Africa's largest carrier, Ethiopian Airlines. In an exclusive interview with Pulse of Africa, Ethiopian Airlines Group CEO Mesfin Tasso shared insights on what's new at the airline, from customer experience and network expansion to fleet growth partnerships, and major infrastructure projects. Ethiopian Airlines says customer service remains central to its competitiveness in the global aviation industry. One key factor influencing passengers' choice of airline, the company notes its airport service, particularly premium lounge facilities. With passenger numbers rising steadily, the airline's existing lounge could no longer meet demand. To address this, Ethiopian Airlines has inaugurated a new modern premium lounge, offering enhanced comfort and luxury for its loyal customers. Mesfin told the POA the new lounge reflects the airline's committed to elevating the customer experience.
Ethiopian Airlines is in a highly competitive industry. Airlines compete on the level of customer service they provide to their customers. And one area of competition is on the airport services that airlines provide. The provision of lounges is one of the requirements based on passengers choose airlines. Ethiopian Airlines has a business class lounge and premium lounge, which it provides service to its loyal customers today. But the existing lounges became too small because the number of our passengers has increased and is increasing year on year since recently. That is why we built this lounge. This lounge is very modern, comfortable, and luxurious, and it will delight our customers, encouraging them to continue flying with Ethiopian Airlines. So the inauguration of this lounge will support further growth of the airline and its competitiveness in the global industry.
Beyond customer experience, Ethiopian Airlines continues to expand its global footprint. According to the Group CEO, network expansion remains a key pillar of the airline's growth strategy. During the current fiscal year running from July 2025 to June 2026, the airline plans to launch 4 new destinations, 3 of which are already operational. The fourth, Lyon, France, is expected to begin in 2026, pending final market assessments. In addition, Ethiopian Airlines plans to launch a new route to Saudi Arabia in February 2026, making it the airline's 5th destination in the kingdom.
During our fiscal year that began in July of 2025 and that ends in 2026, June, we planned to open 4 new destinations. And we have already opened 3 of them. And the 4th one is to Lyon, a city called Lyon in France. We are trying to get the traffic right to begin flying to Lyon. That we expect to happen in 2026. But, you know, we are constantly evaluating the market, and when there are opportunities, we open new routes, even if they are not included in our annual plan. We have found out that there is one city, Saudi Arabia, where we can fly, and we are going to start a new route to our 5th destination in Saudi Arabia in February of 2026. We are constantly evaluating the feasibility of new destinations, and when we see opportunities, we will open new routes as well.
Fleet expansion and aircraft orders. Supporting this expansion is a long-term fleet strategy. Aircraft orders are placed several years in advance to secure future growth. The airline placed major orders with Boeing and Airbus in 2023, with deliveries beginning in 2028. It's now evaluating additional aircraft, including narrow-body, regional and wide-body jets, with the new orders expected in early 2026. Wide-body deliveries from these future orders are projected to begin around 2031 due to long manufacturer lead times.
Normally, we have a long-term fleet plan based on which we order new aircraft well in advance, several years before the date of delivery. For example, before 2 years, we placed order for new airplanes with Boeing and Airbus, but that happened in 2023, but delivery will begin in 2028, means after 5 years. And now we are evaluating new airplanes from Boeing and Airbus, and also another airline manufacturer in Brazil, Embraer. I hope we will finalize our evaluation and place our orders for new airplanes in early 2026. That will include narrow-body airplanes, regional jets, and wide-body airplanes. But delivery for wide-body airplanes will begin for the new orders in 2031, means after 6 years. The order book of manufacturers is already full, and we have to order now for future deliveries after several years.
Ethiopian Airlines also continues to strengthen its Pan-African presence. Through partnerships, the airline currently has 4 partner airlines across the continent, and several African governments have expressed interest in working with Ethiopian Airlines to develop national carriers. Each partnership, the Group CEO told, is carefully evaluated to ensure commercial and strategic viability.
There are several airlines, African airlines, who would like to work with Ethiopian Airlines, and that is why we have already 4 airline partners. At this time, there are a few countries, a few governments who have requested Ethiopian Airlines to support them in establishing their national carriers. We are evaluating them, and whenever we see that it is feasible, we start working the details with them. So we have opened our eyes to add more partnership in Africa.
Alongside fleet and network growth, Ethiopian Airlines is investing in infrastructure. One of its major projects is the new Bishoftu International Airport. Mesfin explained that the groundbreaking ceremony is now planned for the first 10 days of January, after being posted from December to allow for final preparations.
The current plan is to do groundbreaking for the new Bishoftu Airport in the first 10 days of January. Initially it was in December, but now it is postponed to early January.
Overall, Ethiopian Airlines says it is positioning itself for long-term growth in an increasingly competitive global aviation market. With a fleet of over 167 aircraft and services to more than 130 international destinations, the airline continues to strengthen its leadership in African and global aviation as part of its long-term strategy. Ethiopian Airlines maintains a substantial aircraft pipeline with approximately 124 aircraft on order from both Boeing and Airbus, according to recent industry data. Thank you for watching Pulse of Africa. Stay with us for more in-depth stories shaping Africa and the world beyond.